Hey folks, it's going Michael N here. Today we're going to be taking a look into the deluxe gift edition of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This is a very famous story. It's a story I grew up loving. This is one of my childhood books that I love reading as a kid, and this is, in my opinion, the single best edition in book format of this story you can possibly buy. There's really no better than this, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm very excited to talk about it. So here we go. So this is how the book comes. At first, it comes in a very beautiful protective case or box, whatever you want to call it. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Let's take a look at the back. First of all, let me get started. I can't wait to get started on how beautiful the spine is on this book. Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. If any book captures the essence of Christmas, it's A Christmas Carol. In telling of families come together to show gifts, food, and goodwill at Christmas, Dickens set the tone for the festive season, for the festival ever since. Now you can share the magic experience of the first readers of A Christmas Carol with this beautiful reproduction of the original 1843 edition, complete with the color engravings of John Leech, that being the illustrations inside the book. This is a facsimile of the first edition of one of the world's best loved books. And that is the description on the back. Now let's take a look inside. And here we go. How beautiful is that? Upon first look, this is a beautiful red tint. The spine I am in love with. Let's zoom in a little bit. Now, Charles Dickens himself made sure to create a very attractive little book upon first release back in 1843. And I don't want to repeat myself, but I want to mention this one more time. This is an exact replication of the first edition as released back in 1843. And another reason I wanted to make this video, guys, is to let you know that you can get this for very little money online if you search for the deluxe gift edition, not just a replica, because there's a lot of replicas of this exact book that are sold for a lot more money. And I think if possible, it's more fair to be able to buy this on the lowest price possible. Now I want to point out that it's so simplistic, but for the time, guys, this 1843 is such a long time ago. Charles Dickens made sure to make this as beautiful as he could, and by God, he did. I can't even imagine at the time. I think this must have been truly very, very impressive as a little book. Now, another thing I really like is that this book includes, let me zoom out a little bit, some of his original handwritten transcripts for some of the chapters. I'm talking about Charles Dickens, of course, the writer. And I want to get into the illustrations, which are amazing. This book was illustrated back in 1843 by John Leech, with the guidance of Charles Dickens himself, of course. Now there's Scrooge being visited by his old dead partner, Jacob Marley. This is a story I grew up with, of course. Really big fan of the story. But again, also, I don't know if I pointed this out earlier, but I love how the gold gilded pages on the side. So you can really tell that Charles Dickens put a lot of effort in he truly wanted to make something beautiful. And something small, something you could feel comfortable carrying with you and reading. And here's the Ghost of Christmas Present. Fun fact, John Leech, the guy who first illustrated this story, I just find it interesting how all the ghosts are illustrated, like the Ghost of Christmas Christmas Present, and the Ghost of Christmas Future, but the Ghost of Christmas Past is never illustrated, which is very strange to me. I thought it would be really interesting if all the ghosts were illustrated besides the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. I think that would have been really neat, and I don't think he did this consciously, not to illustrate the Ghost of Christmas Past, but it's the only ghost that doesn't make an illustrative appearance, let's say. Also, the text is preserved. The text is the original text as written back in 1843. Overall, it is, like I said, it's an exact replication of the book that people bought in 1843. Guys, this is such a beautiful edition. I can't get enough of this. It's a beautiful gift if you have any friends who are a fan of the story, or if you want to make something unique. It's the kind of gift that not many people will forget. It's very unique. It's beautiful to have displayed in your house or your library, and it is the definitive version. Like I said, I really don't think you could get a better version of the Christmas Carol than this. It's the first edition. It's a replication of it, of course, but it's beautifully presented, as you can see, and it's just an overall triumph. It's a story that to this day is if anything, it's relevant as much today as it was back then, I think. Okay, so thank you guys very much for checking this out with me. Really happy purchase for me. I'm gonna cherish this for sure. And I started collecting a bunch of classic stories in their best possible hardcover and illustrative editions that I could find. I might be reviewing a Peter Pan version that I bought recently, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now, guys. My name is Michael N, and I'll see you guys next time.